Well, howdy, how's it going? It's Colin Daniel here from riffninja.com. Welcome. Come on in. Give you a lesson. What is the Nashville number system? Well, you know what? It's nothing new. Nope. They call it the Nashville number system, but any great musician knows the number system. Whether they use it in the same way or not, it's totally up to them. It's personal preference. I think the numbering system is the best way to play a guitar or any instrument for that matter. It's the fastest way. What is the numbering system? Well, it relates to the notes in the scale. And it relates it to chords or single notes or both. You have, so it's usually written in Roman numerals, but can be used, any numbers can be used. It just depends on the person that's taught it or depends on the person that's using it. In Nashville, when you get to do a session there, it's usually not with written music, it's usually just with numbers. And the numbers relate to the notes in the scale and how they fall into place. For example, we'll take an easy key like the key of G major and we'll just take 1 octave. Now, if you don't know much about music, this might go over your head a little bit. I can tell you this much, that a full scale is 7 notes. And that any full scale has to contain 1 letter name of each of the scale notes in it. And we only have 7 notes in our musical system. So each scale, complete scale, must contain the 7 basic letters to be a complete scale. Or, of course, it's a total botch up. And it's much harder, of course, to write written notation if you have letter names that are repeating but are actually different notes, meaning like a G sharp and an A flat, you know. We won't worry about that today, but that is another lesson in itself. Today is about the numbers. So I'm going to go through a G major scale, 1 octave. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So G major is 1. That's the tonic. A is 2. B is 3. C is 4. D is 5. E is 6, F sharp is 7, G is 8, octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for each note in the scale, we have a chord. We have 3 majors and 3 minors, and they're contained all in the scale. For example, 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished, 8 is the octave. So now if somebody says to you, okay, it's 1, 4, and 5, well, 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major. So 1, 4, and 5 in G is G, A, B, C, and D. G, C, and D. That's 1, 4, and 5. So if somebody says to you, it's a 6, 5, 4 progression. Well, G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E. Okay, that's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. So 6 is minor. So that's E minor, because it's G, A, B, C, D, E. 6th chord is E minor, based on the E root, which is the 6th note of the G major scale. That's E minor. So 6, 5, 4 would be E minor, D major, and C major. How about a more common one like this? That's 5, 4, and 1. D, C, and G. 5, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 is C. 5 is D. So you see, the changes relate to the scale degrees, which are the numbers associated with the notes in the scale, starting from 1, which is tonic, that's your key note. 2 is just the next note up. 3, 4, and 5 are your primary harmonies. 1, 4, and 5. 6 is the minor. 7, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for example, there's a famous chord progression. It's used in a lot of 50s music. That's a 1, 6, 4, and 5. That's G major, B minor, C major, and D major. That's a 1, 6, 4, and 5. Here's another interesting chord progression. That's G major, B minor, C major, and G. Well, G is 1, B minor is 3, C is 4, and G is 1. So this progression is a 1, 3, 4, and 1. And this applies to any key. I just took G major because it's an easy key and everybody kind of knows that, and it's a good place to start from. So if you can remember that each note in your 7-note scale, that's the diatonic scale, 7, dia meaning 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 is octave, repeat, it starts again. You can play it here too. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. 1, 2, same notes, just in a different spot. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. You can go as many octaves as you want. It just starts again, like 8 is the same. If that's 8, 9 is the same as 2. You know, you can go up into the next octave. Usually they just flip it and they say, okay, well, if you start in an octave higher, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? It depends on whether you're talking about a chord or a scale at that point. But the numbers relate directly to the single notes or the chords that are related to the single note roots, because each note in your scale represents the root note to a chord that belongs in that key or in that scale or came from that scale or key. All right, that's an introduction to the number system, the Nashville number system. All right, all of you, get to practicing, start to study. And if you want to know more about this and really learn how to play the guitar, then you got to come and visit me at the Riff Ninja Academy. That's Colin Daniel, Riff Ninja Academy. All right, take care everybody, and see you in the long haul.